Hello. Hello. My word, am I tired today? It's my first live in England since I got here. Got here on Tuesday. I've been non-stop busy seeing people. Um, I've not had time to do a live stream, but I've received a lot of emails asking me to do one. So here we go. I have a crazy amount to discuss because I haven't been doing them. Um, I'm gonna blow your mind. Gonna make so many connections for you here. Hey Donovan, how you doing, mate? Safe travels. Yeah, got here safe and sound, no issues. Um, I went out with some of my best mates last night in Huddersfield. Hey, Sebastian, buenas tardes. And what's so outrageous about it is one of my friends, Thomas Lockwood, who's on my website, who I'm going to be meeting this Thursday in Leeds. He said, "You're not going to believe this." He said, "You're in Huddersfield, aren't you?" I said, "Yeah, yeah. Never go to Huddersfield. I think I've been once before to actually watch a football game, Huddersfield Town against Bradford City." And he went, "Guess what score Huddersfield game was?" I said, "I don't know." Have a guess. I went, "I don't know." He said 4-2. He said the only game in the Football League that finished 4-2 was involving Huddersfield, and you're in Huddersfield. He said, "You're so connected to the code, it's outrageous." I was like, wow, oh my goodness. And then I coded Bayern Munich to beat Borussia Dortmund. And what was the score? They beat them 4-2. I'll discuss that. So I was out with my brother, much love to my brother John, Simon, incredible guy, incredible footballer, and Joe, another one. Two of them both played pro at Bradford City. Just good guys, good laugh. And I'm feeling it today, though. I got my first kebab since I came back to England. I think at about 3 a.m., I bought my brother a kebab. I said, "Bro, we're going to have to eat something, or tomorrow we're going to feel horrific." So, yeah, I still feel horrific, but it would have been far worse without that kebab, I'm telling you. So, anyway, much love to you all. Georgie, a phenomenal decoder, guys. If you're not on his Instagram, you're missing out because he puts in a lot of work and phenomenal connections. So, if you can share your link, Georgie, you really should. Thank you, Corfley at Salford. I left my, oh my word, 33 in the live, 3 likes. Your boy Eddie Howe was born the 333rd day of the year. I'll tell you why Newcastle won today. I left my big jacket, the jacket I pretty much wear every day in England, at my mates in Huddersfield. So I've had a shocker there. So I live about an hour away. But I'll figure it out. Drop a like for the one and only. Yeah, cheers, Sebastian. If you can pound that like, if there's 38 in the live, probably should have 38 likes. Well, not necessarily, actually. Haas, how you doing? Happy Face Man, who's still working on his logos, which are exceptional. Man United's, Chelsea's, Liverpool's, and he might look into a few other teams. He tells you what they represent. It's profound. It's incredible. And I'm going to be working with Chad on that project, who has one of the best editing skills that I've ever come across. He did my documentary. So I need to actually call Chad and hopefully meet him. He's from Birmingham. So I don't know if I'm going to go all the way there, but maybe we can meet halfway. Andrew Tate, a puppet. Well, I'll break down Andrew Tate. I've done a live stream about him before, but I'll tell you why he was released. You look tired. I am. Very beyond tired. You're lucky I'm doing this live stream. So yesterday I got into Huddersfield at 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. And my mates and that still love professional sports and watching it and all of that. So got to my mate's house, Si, and they put on Man City and Liverpool. My brother, who occasionally bets, is not completely into what I do. He's proud of me. He thinks it's very interesting, but he doesn't use my codes or anything. So we watched Man City Liverpool, and I told him Man City will win and Arsenal. Really should have posted my Man City code, kicking myself, but it's fine. And it finished 4-1, didn't it, to City? They went down 1-0, Salah scored, and it was 4-1 on April the 1st, 4-1. And then Arsenal also won 4-1 on April the 1st, 4-1. And I did a big post about the number 41. I always do every day, guys, on my website. I do the date and then sports picks and finds and connect everything with that specific date. It really helps. It really helps. 41's the 13th prime. That's why UConn won by 13 points. They got to the NCAA final. Hopefully they win it, but I'll have to look in detail into that final. So basically from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m., like I'm talking the next day, me and the boys were drinking. And I rarely ever do those all day sessions. So yeah, I am absolutely tired and I've not slept properly since I got here. Slept for 3 hours again or something. So I'm shocked that I'm here right now doing this live stream and not in my bed. But you know me, I push on. Next Leicester manager, I'd have to look. I only saw after that United game that Rodgers has mutually agreed to leave Leicester, the team that won the Premier League in 2016 by 10 points. What's crazy, I watched that documentary when I was flying from Mexico to England. I was like, it's so ridiculous that we accepted that. Leicester winning that league by 10. And now look at them. Bottom two, are they? Second from bottom? Like, the squad's... no, it's not even arguably. The squad's better now than the one that won the league. If you actually look, if you be honest with yourself, that Leicester squad now is a better squad than the one that won the league by 10 points, if you know anything about football. So, all right, let me break this down, all right? Hey, cheers, Isaiah. Much love. Connor's in the house. Good luck to Yeadon FC today. They're in the semi-final. I don't know what time the game is. They wanted me to play, but it was never going to happen after last night's antics. I hope they win. I hope they make the final. It's the team my brothers play for. I'm hoping my brother comes back soon so I can buy him a Chinese. My brother, Tom, sweetheart, nice guy. Phenomenal knowledge of sports. He actually codes them, not the way I do, but he knows all the statistics. He's exceptional and he approaches it different to me, but we both respect each other. He's on my website as well. When I got here, I went in the spare room. Well, there's a couple of spare rooms, but I went in the spare room that I wanted. And when I got in there was a Picnic, controversial chocolate bar. I get a lot of abuse for this. There's a chocolate bar in England called Picnic. Got raisins in it, nuts, caramel. I think it's delicious. My brother knows that. So I got in there and there's a Picnic chocolate bar with a note on it from my brother Tom saying, enjoy this with a brew. And it made me realize those tiny little details. All right, it's a chocolate bar. What is it? I don't know. It's probably about 70p in England these days. Used to be about 25 to 30p. But him doing that was just, it shows you the little details, how it can make people happy. Tiny little details like that. So that was a nice entrance to that. First thing I saw was that Picnic. But it's the note. It was the note. You know what I mean? It's like when people send me tips, it's the email that hits me more than the money. But the money's obviously nice, just like the Picnic. All right, here we go. Let's go into Andrew Tate, eh? There's a lot of kids at the school that I used to work at who always ask me about Tate. They always ask me, what do you think about Andrew Tate? Do you think he's genuine? All right. Do you think he's being used? Do you think he's a puppet? And I told them straight, he's an absolute puppet. So listen to this. Let's start off with this. Andrew Tate and the Matrix. All right. Andrew Tate sends cryptic social media updates saying Matrix attacked me amid reported hospitalization. So Andrew Tate always talks about the Matrix, and he's talked about how the Matrix attacked him. And the Matrix, the movie, was released in the US 3/31/1999. You know, if you flip those nines, you get 666. That's why the Red Devils won the treble in 99. And Tate just got released from prison exactly 24 years after the Matrix was released. Exact. All right? That should make you go, what? Wow. Wait, this guy always talks about the Matrix. He says that the Matrix attacks him. And then he gets released from prison exactly 24 years after it's released. I always talk about 24, don't I? All right? LeBron James became the all-time NBA point scorer exactly 24 months after Tom Brady won his last Super Bowl. I rave on about 24 so often. There's a reason why there's 24 hours in a day. And it was Kobe's number. That's why I realize how big that 24 is, because his numbers are so synced with everything of significance. Kobe Bryant, I've proven that. If you haven't read my book about Kobe Bryant and you like this knowledge, you have to read it. Andrew Tate released from jail in Romania and placed under house arrest. It's funny, Romania is the home of Transylvania, And I'm telling you, you might laugh at me what I say about Andrew Tate. I can't say it on YouTube, but you know where I'm going. Andrew Tate is not who you think she is. Maybe that's the best I can do there. So listen to this. Tate was put into custody with his brother on December the 29th, 1229, when Pele died. All right. 1,229 is the 201st prime number. And that's a big number with the Jesuits. And I've told you the high-ranking Jesuits are Satanists. You just have to know that. So the Jesuit order equals 201. All right. Catherine the Great saved 201 Jesuits. The full name of Pope Francis is Jorge Maria Bergoglio. His name equals 201. When he moved to the Vatican, he resided in Suite 201, just like Messi was in 201 in Qatar. Obviously, the Pope's Argentinian like Messi. So Brady threw for 201 yards in his last ever Super Bowl. So Tate gets released on 331. Huge number. All right, because it connects to the final verse of the Bible, which I've shown you all. Revelation 22:21 is the final verse of the Bible, and 2,221 is the 331st prime, and he gets released on 331. Number one, he was never in prison. Never in prison, all right? They don't go to prison, guys. They go hide somewhere, or wherever it is they go. They're not in jail. All right, you need to be aware of that. It's all a show, just like you watch people on TV in jail in your TV shows. Are they really in jail in Law and Order? Are they actually in jail? Or is it a show? The world we live in is a show. Sebastian loves chocolate. I think most of us do, deep down. So the final verse of Revelation is Revelation 22:21. And I love it because it says, "The grace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with you all. Amen." With all of us, guys. All right? And I love that verse. It's a beautiful way to end the Bible. So Tate was released a span of 121 days after his December the 1st birthday, 121. Huge number, guys, because Revelation equals 121. Antichrist equals 121. 11 times 11 is 121. We know 11 is a master number. It's an incredibly powerful number, and it's always been connected to me my whole life. I was born on my dad's 31st birthday, the 11th prime. My favorite number, my football jersey. My dad lives at number 11. My favorite Man United player was Ryan Giggs, number 11. So Tate gets released on the anniversary of the release date of The Matrix after saying the Matrix has attacked me. So there's number one. There's no sports involved there. You know, I do the sports because it wakes a lot of people up and people are still interested in them. And you can code them daily. Things like this with Tate comes around every now and again. So there you go. His whole release day was synced up with the Matrix. The Matrix we live in, to somewhat I agree, because we live in a coded reality. We are living in a coded reality. It's just not artificial intelligence like they show you in the movie, because they always give you half-truths in movies. The reality that we're living in is biblical. It's coded in connection to the Bible. And when you understand that, you see the most powerful numbers at play and you identify them, and then you can make predictions or you can make revelations, which is what I do. I always talk about revelations and I'm always revealing things because I understand revelation. So that's number one, Andrew Tate. But first of all, actually, going back to that 41, all those 41s yesterday, Arsenal and Man City both winning 4-1 and 4-1. I want to say Happy New Year to you all. If you haven't watched my calendar video, the new year actually began yesterday, April the 1st, on the 91st day of the year. 91, the 13th try, 41, the 13th prime. There should be 13 months in the calendar because 52 divided by 4 is 13. So Happy New Year to you all. A few people actually wished me it. Told you it makes sense to start the new year in the spring when everything's coming alive, not in the winter when everything's dying. All right. Learning this code allowed me to figure that out. So also there's 24 hours in a day and 7 days in a week. And 247 is the 13th pentagonal number. So guys, there's not 12 months in the year. That was to mess up our frequencies. That's why so many people are living on a low frequency, or they're confused, or they don't know who they are, because we've all been brought up like in a system that's so toxic, that's so backwards, that we've just accepted. And those who are aware of it are not living by that frequency. That's why they get to where they are, way above us. So when I was out in Huddersfield yesterday, I had a really fun time, like a great time. But I just thought, I was just seeing a lot of people, and I was just like, they all seem to be the same. Like the way they dressed, the way they acted, the way they danced, like the things they were talking about. Because I was overhearing it at a table. I was like, it's just like the same people. So I got speaking actually to a girl called Simone, and this was a very profound conversation, guys. So we're out in this pub, and we got a burger, and we're having a laugh. It's where we met Joe, and there were no football going on, which was beautiful. It was actually a pub without any TVs, which I like. And we got talking to these group of girls, and then this Simone came over. A beautiful girl, blonde hair, blue eyes. Stereotype would be that she's not very intelligent. She even said all of this. So she comes over and starts talking to me, and she figures out who I am and how I see the world. And she was like, "You are like so interesting." And I told her that I've got some books and she wants them. And she was talking about how, I'm going off topic, you know, I always do. She was talking about how she's high up within business. And when she used to give presentations, all right, and she'd tell people to be quiet. Say there's three guys talking while she's giving a presentation, and she's like, "Hey guys, can you show a little bit of respect? I'm trying to present here." Okay. She said that they would basically imply that she was emotional. But if a guy says that, if a guy's giving a presentation and people are talking and the guy goes, "Hey, listen, I'm presenting here, show a bit of respect," it's respected. And she was getting into it all with me. And I couldn't believe how open minded she was, because most people in England are the opposite that I know. She was so open minded. So much love to you, Simone. You're a nice person. I wish you luck with whatever it is that you do. So I'm going to break down Bayern Munich and Dortmund now to show you that once again, Tom Brady connects to everything because his numbers connect to Revelation and the Bible. Bayern Munich versus Dortmund. This was a top of the table clash. Dortmund were top by a point. All right. And I said Bayern may win this against top of the league Dortmund if the game is about Tom Brady. It absolutely was about Tom Brady. Bayern can stay on 7 draws and 3 losses in the league 7 months and 3 days after their coach's birthday. So their new coach is Thomas Tuchel. He coached for Dortmund and now he's at Bayern. He was also at Chelsea. Wins the Champions League with Chelsea, gets fired the year after because it's all by a code. And then gets fired by Chelsea, but takes over at the best team in the world. And then comes in, his first game's against his old club, the top of the league, and he spanks them 4-2. All right. Germany is heavily connected to war. War equals 42 in gematria. World War equals 42 in gematria. Your boy Biden was born in 42. All right. His numbers are so connected to war. Remember, the World Cup began on Biden's 80th birthday. All right. The World Cup in Russia began on Donald Trump's birthday. The World Cup in Brazil began on George Bush Sr.'s birthday. It ain't coincidences, just like me having 73 in the live now as I talk about Bayern staying on 7 draws and 3 losses 7 months and 3 days after their coach's birthday. So Brady retired 7-3 in Super Bowls. I predicted so many things with Brady. I predicted he would win that Super Bowl before the season began, that he would beat the Chiefs. That's when I won like thousands and thousands of dollars when I bet. Because then I took them in every game in the playoffs, and they were the underdog in every game but one. And I also predicted his retirement date 18 months before he retired. Said he was born 8-3, 23rd prime, he'll retire after playing 23 seasons in the NFL, and he'll retire on 2-1 because he 7-3 in Super Bowls. 21st prime. He did that in the 21st year of the 21st century. And I said he'll retire on Black History Month because they mock African Americans all the time. And what happened? First day of Black History Month, you have the whitest icon all over the news on the first day of Black History Month with his retirement. Brady became 7-3 in Super Bowls on 2-7, February the 7th, and Dortmund can stay on 2 draws and get their 7th loss. Brady won Super Bowl 55, and Bayern can advance to 55 points. Satan equals 55. Brady won Super Bowl 55 on 2-7 to become 7-3 in Super Bowls in what was his 10th Super Bowl. All right. And there we have Bayern get to 55 points. You've got Dortmund staying on 2 draws, 7 losses. You've got Bayern staying on 7 draws and 3 losses. All right. And in regards to this 10th Super Bowl, it connects to 55 because 55 is the 10th Fibonacci and triangular number. And Bayern have won the last 10 league titles. All right. Just outrageous. By the way, Brady won number 10 at college for Michigan as well. He won number 10 his jersey. Satan equals 55 and 10. Who do you think Brady works for? Who do you think he works for, Brady? He works for the devil. All right. Dortmund can stay on 17 wins and get their 7th loss, and 17 is the 7th prime, and Brady retired with 7 rings. Let me check. I don't know even who scored because I don't pay that much attention. Bayern Munich. Let me just see if a number 7 scored. I don't even know who the number 7 is. All right, here we go. Bayern lineups. All right, Thomas Muller, 26, got a couple. Number 11 scored. 23 scored for Bayern, of course. 83, the 23rd prime. For Dortmund, sorry. Number 42 came on for Bayern Munich. Of course, he did in a 4-2 win. I don't think number 7 scored. I don't even know if they have a number 7. And how did Bayern Munich have Chupu Moting starting as their central striker, and he couldn't even start at Stoke? Come on, guys. He couldn't even get in at Stoke, and now he's leading the line for the best team in the world. Brady was born on 8-3. Germany equals 83. Dortmund can stay on 53 points the span of 5 months and 3 days after their coach's birthday. Brady won Super Bowl 53. 53 is the 16th prime. Bayern can get their 16th league win this season. The square root of 16 is 4, hence the fact they scored 4 goals. So, wow. So that's that one. That's why Bayern Munich won. People just say, oh, you called Bayern to win at home. Yeah, they're playing top at league and they're still decent enough value. And for me, it ain't just about that, as you know. You should respect the code, whether it is a plus 400 code or if it's a 1 to 10. If the code's the code and it plays out perfectly, you should respect it. And that's when, if people stop gambling, my work's going to go there because they're just going to love and respect the code. And they're not even going to acknowledge, oh, were the favorites? Were the underdogs? No, see the code. It's pretty much perfect every day. Right, let's go into this WrestleMania 39. So I've told you I've done a whole video on wrestling being deeply satanic, deeply from the core and biblical. And if you haven't watched that, I'll reshare it on my website. If you're not on my website, you can just look it up or share it on Twitter or whatever for you. If you don't have access to my website, wrestling is deeply, deeply, deeply satanic. Not just wrestling, you know what I mean, at the local gym where people are wrestling to be entertained, to keep fit, to enjoy it. All right, I'm talking high level professional wrestling. It could be the most satanic industry in the world. It's got to be up there. It has to be up there. You've got Judgment Day taking place, haven't you? Between the father and the son. Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio. It's funny how your boy Rey Mysterio says Booyaka Booyaka 619. 619 is when Michael Jordan was drafted. Messi came into this World Cup with 6 World Cup goals in 19 games. And who sponsors Paris Saint-Germain? Jordan. Who does Messi play for? PSG. All connected, all of those GOAT connections. So WrestleMania 39 concludes today on a day leaving exactly 39 weeks left in the year. 39 is a huge number. All right, it's the year World War II began. All right, 1939. And you've got WrestleMania. All right, the main event is Roman Reigns against your boy Cody Rhodes, who is going by the name the American Nightmare. His father was Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. So it's very interesting, that, isn't it? Hey, how you doing, Ahmed? How you doing, TJ? Moopit, Two Slay, Butte, how you all doing? Mechanism malfunction, kicking the tires. Tanya, much love, Tanya. Happy New Year to you. Yeah, you've got Cody Rhodes, who was basically, he was a star in WWE, but he wasn't a main eventer. And then he went to AEW and he's come back with his bleach blonde hair. I've told you that connects to mind control. All right. So many celebrities, they bleach their hair blonde and then their career just goes like that. And Cody Rhodes is another example. So they're headlining it. And Roman Reigns, he actually won the title, the Universal title. Call it the Universal title because Satan is coming for the universe. All right. He's been running the show in this realm on Earth. He wants to run the universe. Clearly, he's already lost. He's got no chance. But Roman Reigns, he defeated the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, all right, at WrestleMania 38. It was exactly 52 weeks ago. All right. And WrestleMania today, WrestleMania 39 concludes on a day leaving 39 weeks left in the year. It concludes on April the 2nd, 4-2. The Beast reigns for 42 months. And the WWE Universal Champion is Roman Reigns, who became the Universal Champion by defeating the Beast. All right. Rome. All roads lead to Rome. Roman Reigns. Rome is where the Vatican is. Vatican City was founded the 42nd day of the year. Basilica was struck twice by lightning. 42nd day of the year. All right. WrestleMania 39 is taking place in Los Angeles, which means the angels, Lucifer was a high-ranking angel. There's every possibility that these top stars are fallen angels because 33.3% of the angels were cast out of heaven by God to earth. To earth. So all of these top stars who do these remarkable feats, you wouldn't be shocked if Roman Reigns was a fallen angel, would you? Look at him. Look at him. And then look at their bloodline. They're literally called the bloodline, the Usos. Look at their success. Look at their talent. They're cousins with The Rock. Look at his talent. You don't think that these are angels? Fallen? All right. And that's why they can do what they do. That's why we're so fascinated and obsessed with them. Or many people are. I'm not anymore. I have no interest in them. So WrestleMania concluding on 4-2. The Beast reigns for 42 months. And I've done many videos telling you wrestling's satanic. It shows you the beauty of this code, guys. You need to learn this code. You have to. Again, my doner kebab, and I can't believe I had a soda, but I did. My doner kebab with chips and a can of Coke was over £10 yesterday. My website for the month is pretty much £8. £8, $10. I bought this drink and it was horrific. It tasted like oh, I don't know how that tastes, but it tasted like gasoline, or what I think gasoline would taste like. It was like £9. I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm not having one of them again. I don't know what it was. I went to the bar. I said, whatever he's drinking. Never do that. Hey, if you learn anything from the illusion today, never do that. It looked interesting. It was black. I said, give me whatever he's drinking. Didn't even ask what it was. I think it was Jägermeister, and I don't know. I don't know what they mixed in that. But right afterwards, my stomach was burning. I was like, oh my God, £9. £9 for my stomach to burn? Or you can pay me £8 and learn profound knowledge every single day. I was like, it made me laugh, like the value of money and what we're willing to spend money on and what we're not. Some guy told me today on Twitter, he said, if I give him a heads up with the Newcastle game, he'll go to my website. And I did, and I called it. There was no way Man United were winning. I don't know if he's signed up though. Let's see. Let's see if he's going to. He's a big Newcastle fan. Right, I have to break this down for you because this is crazy. I was speaking to all my friends yesterday about this, and a few people via text today, and I posted it. Newcastle get revenge for their League Cup final loss to Man United. Revenge narratives are huge. Whatever the industry is, we all love a revenge narrative, don't we? So Newcastle, guys, let me just slow down. I haven't ate anything today, by the way, anything. I'm going to get a Chinese later. Newcastle United are flying. They're third in the league. And people say, yeah, because they're rich. So much investment. I said, no. Look at the squad. What do you mean? Look at the squad. Is that a squad you would expect to be third, above Liverpool, above Man United, above Chelsea, above Spurs? No. And then they've got Eddie Howe, but Eddie Howe's a great manager. What? What did he ever do with Bournemouth? Yeah, he did well. He kept them up. He got them promotion, but he's never coached at a top team. So people justify it. So Newcastle are flying. They get to the League Cup final where Man United beat them 2-0. And today they got their revenge. Mia! How you doing, Mia? Do you know I'm in England? I'll be back for that football tournament on the 28th because I'm the captain for one of the teams. Are you going to come watch the cup that we're playing in? Hope you well, Mia. Hope you well. So Newcastle are flying. They just beat Man United 2-0 after losing 2-0 to them in the League Cup final. And I was coding it last night. I was like, this is definitely going to be synced up with that final. So I wanted to look at some headlines. Loads of headlines. Will Newcastle get revenge back on Man United? Kept seeing them and it puts it in the subconscious. I was like, they're telling us here. They're telling us that there's a good chance that's going to happen. And they weren't going to lose. There was some stuff for a draw, but loads of stuff for them to win. And I'll go through it for you here. It's quite baffling, to be honest. There's next to no chance of Man United winning with this code. The teams last met in the League Cup final 5 weeks and 0 days ago, like 50, where Man United won. If Newcastle win, both teams will have 50 points in the league. Satanic equals 50. It's why Kobe Bryant, who has every satanic number going, was drafted in the 50th NBA draft. You're great. Oh my God, I didn't know you were in England. And yeah, probably go if it's... Yeah, it is that, Mia. So I'll see you there. If I remember, I might bring you some chocolate back. Do you like chocolate? I'll maybe do that for you. So in gematria, Manchester United equals 91. Huge number because World War II began September the 1st, 9-1. And Man United just stayed on 91 wins versus Newcastle. And Ten Hag just got his 91st all-time loss as a coach. So Newcastle doing so well. Do you think it's a coincidence that we've got a new king after Elizabeth's death? You've got to check my book out with that as well, guys, if you're into coding. Newcastle. Like castles, palaces, they all connect to the royal family. That's why I've got nearly every game right with Crystal Palace this year, with their connection to Buckingham Palace and with the Queen. And Newcastle are massively synced up with the royal family. Massively. It's crazy. Arsenal are 91 is the 13th triangular, 13th win of the season. Awesome, mate. Awesome. And also today, mate, is exactly 13 weeks into the year. We're exactly 13 weeks into the year. You've got those 91s. Also, with the draw, the team stayed on 41 all-time draws. 41's the 13th prime. 13 is enormous, guys. It's enormous. It connects to Nimrod. It connects to Judas. If you read my World Cup book, you see how 13 connects to the devil. You see now why Messi has 13 World Cup goals, guys, and why he came into the World Cup with 13 goals for Paris Saint-Germain. You start seeing it when you understand the code. There's supposedly 13 Illuminati bloodlines. All right. Did you see Trump indicted at the same gematria and 3 main ciphers? No, bro, but I covered Trump. I covered Trump. He got indicted the same day that Charles gave his speech in Germany, in German, because he's a Nazi. The royal family are Nazis. All right. Just staggering. And that was all on the birthday of the World Economic Forum founder's birthday, Klaus Schwab. And I've told you all, keep an eye on Klaus Schwab and anybody connected to the World Economic Forum because they all work for the devil. 13 is United's number 2. So many teams get their 13th win or loss against them. It is their number because you got Manchester United's 179. 179 is the 41st prime. 41's the 13th prime. There's a reason why Sir Alex Ferguson won 13 Premier League titles. Certain clubs have these connections with certain numbers. 13 connects to the devil. Man United's nickname's the Red Devil. Sir Alex Ferguson works for the devil. Satan equals 55. Red Devils equals 55. Their mascot wears number 55. Nobody asked why. Their best player this year is number 10, Rashford, 55, the 10th Fibonacci triangular number. A year before, Ten Hag went to United. I told you he'd go to Man United with the 10 connections that he has and the Queen connections. And then he gets hired on the Queen's birthday. Really? I'll get into Ten Hag as well in this code. 91 is the 13th try. The game was exactly 13 weeks into the year. Newcastle get 13th win. 13 is also the 7th Fibonacci number. United got their 7th loss in the league. Today is exactly 10 months before Ten Hag's birthday, so look out for that number. And then number 10, St. Maximin, assisted the first goal to make it 1-0. Like 10. Satan equals 10. Third versus fifth, 35 days after the League Cup final. It's all synced, guys. Whether the players know it or not, it's all synced. The game today was at 4:30 p.m. Church of Satan was founded 4:30, guys. April the 30th. That's why they have those games at 4:30. When you look deep into everything, that's why. So Satan equals 35. Baphomet equals 35. Ten Hag was born on the 33rd day of the year, and United can stand 33 wins on all competitions. Sunday equals 33. And because I watched the second half of this, I went up to my brother's bedroom and I watched the second half. So it was 0-0 when I went up and watched it, but I read that Newcastle should have been winning. And after the game, there was an interview, and the first player to get interviewed was number 33, Burn. Like burn in hell, but number 33. If you watched it, guys, you know what I'm talking about. And then they interviewed Callum Wilson, number 9. How often do players come off the bench and score as well? Why are there so many ads in your content? Because, simply put, YouTube don't want you watching it. If I didn't have any ads, I'd make absolutely nothing off YouTube. They're already reducing my income by 50%, which makes no sense because they limit all of my stuff. So they put all those commercials to annoy you, to make you probably not want to watch because they don't want you watching my work. It's as simple as that. I can look into it to see if I can reduce the amount of commercials. I don't look too much into those things. But I've told you I've been offered numerous times to promote video games, and they'd offer me thousands of dollars to do it, and I've turned every one of them down. People go, why? You're silly, you're stupid, just do it. And I've refused it. So why do they give you all those commercials? Because they don't want you watching me. They don't. And I can see why, because I reveal too much every day. Newcastle can get their 44th win versus Man United 4 months and 4 days after their coach's birthday. Huge number, 44. Did Verstappen just beat Hamilton today as well? Somebody told me that, because I've got Verstappen to win the championship a while ago. He was plus money. And he used to race in number 33, but Hamilton's 44, isn't he? I think Verstappen just beat him. Something controversial finish. I have to look into it. So they did. Newcastle got the 44th win versus Man United 4 months and 4 days after Eddie Howe's birthday, their coach. This bit was huge. There's a bit here which I found after the game. But this bit's huge. The League Cup final was on the 57th day of the year. Remember, we've just had Super Bowl 57. That was 57 days after the Pope's birthday. And with a loss, United will have 5 draws and 7 losses in the league. So United beat Newcastle, broke Newcastle's hearts, 57th day of the year in the League Cup final. And then 35 days later, 5 times 7 is 35, and it was third against fifth. Man United now have 5 draws and 7 losses, and that 7th loss came from Newcastle. Manchester United won the League Cup final versus Newcastle 2-0. And Newcastle can get their revenge 35 days later in a 2-0 win to overtake United in the league, and they won 2-0. Joe Willock, all right, opened the scoring, having this amazing season. Opened the scoring exactly 20 weeks before his birthday, 2-0, exact. And a span of 226 days after his birthday. And Newcastle lost 2-0 in the League Cup final to Man United, and that game was on 2-2-6. February the 26th. Can you see how insane this is, guys? It really is just wild. And what's Willock's jersey number, guys? The perfect number. It's a perfect number. Look it up. Learn this. Hey, Joseph, how you doing, my brother? Much love to you. It's been a while. Verstappen won his 37th race and had Red Bull's first win in Australia for 12 years. Brilliant. 37, the 12th prime. Red Bull gives you wings, connects to Lucifer. You got Monster Energy drink as well, which is deeply satanic. My dad's just messaged me saying, "Did you survive last night?" He knows we go crazy when we go out, the boys. So how wild is that? Willock wears number 28, which is a perfect number, which is the 7th triangular number. And Man United got their 7th loss in the league, and Willock opened the scoring. And you were talking about 37 there, Alto, a big number, the 12th prime. If you combine the jersey numbers of Newcastle scorers, it's 37, isn't it? 28 plus 9. That's your 37. 37, 73, immensely powerful numbers within the Bible. All right? That's why I said Brady would retire 7-3 when people were saying he was going to win the Super Bowl last year. Because he was born on 8-3 and he's going to go 8-3. No, he's not. Hey, Johnny G. My brother was talking about you yesterday. Yeah, my dad is rad. My dad's amazing. My whole family are, but my dad, I'm going to Blackpool with him in a few weeks. Just me and my dad. And he's so funny. Him and I together, you guys probably think I'm funny. I get it from someone. My mum's funny as well, but my dad is like, he's not as loud as me. He's not as outgoing as me, but when he's in it, and my brother John's the funniest guy I've ever met. Even though we go back and forth at times because we very competitive. By the way, he was born exactly 16 months after me. And Bayern Munich getting that 16th win. I told him Bayern were going to win that. So how wild is all this stuff that I've just revealed to you? And this stuff's going on every day. And it's fun to learn. You ain't going to be perfect within this. We're not. I've told you this now. I like that. I love it that we learn and we grow and we get most things right and we help each other. But anyway, going back to Johnny G. My brother John was like, there's a guy who's always in your live streams called Johnny G. And I think he's mocking you, but I think he likes you. And I was like, I think you're right. So Johnny G always comes in and says, this person's an invert, this person's an invert, this person's an invert, the most random people. And it makes me laugh. And then he's the one who's always like, Illusion about to down a bottle of HP sauce. And I'm like, I'm not, mate, but if it makes you laugh, I'll go along with it. So Johnny G, are you my brother Tom's mate? Like, no, it's just a running gag. I love Johnny G. I said you're great. I think you're fantastic. You make me laugh. But do you know my brothers? Is that how you came across my work, or are you just some random guy? My brother John said that you know Tom, and you probably play football with Tom or something, or you went to school with him. Or you just randomly came across my work. Agent D, 1999, a rabbit year. Connecticut with March Madness, 2011. Guys, you've got to read my Connecticut code on my website if they win it. There's a slight concern they may lose because Connecticut connects to Yale and Yale connects to the number 9 heavily. But the code is phenomenal. I'll be shocked if they don't win. Rabbit Year Connecticut win March Madness 2023. A Rabbit Year Connecticut win March Madness. I think so. My code, I posted for them a while ago to win it. It's crazy. I just hope they win it for the code. There's just this 1-9 that's annoying me. But anyone who took them, I said Connecticut at minus 400 now. All right, you can cover San Diego at plus 300. Got to guarantee yourself a win there. But if you notice, both San Diego and Connecticut won yesterday to get to the NCAA final, and they both won with 72 points. Number I rave on about, Brady 7-2 in Super Bowls. Pope Francis became the Pope, 72nd day of the year. Ronaldo was born 7 weeks and 2 days after the Pope's birthday. 72 Goetic Demons. So both of them winning with 72 points. You add up those two numbers as well, you get the 144, my birthday, 144,000 angels, 1,440 minutes in a day. So from what I heard, San Diego won with a buzzer beater, whatever it's called, which is typical. So they keep getting these dramatic wins, but I don't think they win the final. I'll be shocked with the code that I have. Are you back in the great land known as England? Yes, mate. That's why I look terrible. I look pale, but I'm also hungover. But I got back on Tuesday, 4 p.m. And then my mate took me home. Haven't slept properly since. Spoke to my beautiful girlfriend, Kenya, today. She always makes me smile. Anything seems to make her smile, which is great. I love speaking to people who are like that. You know what I mean? That they're just constantly smiling and laughing and happy. So is that TL? Yeah. Did you eat? Have you ate? Yeah. Oh, so you don't want me to buy you a Chinese? Maybe another time. No worries. Did you win? No. No. And what was the penalty shootout score? Don't tell me that you lost 4-2 on pens. No! Tom, you lost 4-2 on 4-2. Today's date's April the 2nd. You lost 4-2, bro. France, Croatia, yeah, the World Cup final. What about Argentina? Didn't they beat France 4-2 on penalties? Guys, are you hearing this? This is the stuff that happens every day to me. I've just pretty much predicted the penalty shootout score. My bro plays for a team called Yeadon, with my other bro George, and they're both very talented footballers, and that whole team's a great set of lads. I've trained with them, and they're good. I think a few people follow me. They might be here in the live now. They just drew 1-1. 11's my number in it, or the number most connected with me. They've just drawn 1-1 against a fantastic team, the best team in the league, and they've just lost 4-2 on penalties in the semi-final. On today's date, 4-2. I told you yesterday I was in Huddersfield. The only game in the Football League that finished 4-2 involved Huddersfield. B-Train's 42 months. I was born on 42 date numerology. There's so many 42 connections, bro. What about Argentina getting 42 million for winning the World Cup? Because it's just coded. It's just a joke. Did you have Newcastle today? Yeah, they won 2-0. Like the League Cup final was 2-0. 35 days ago, and today it was third against fifth. Like 35. And Willock scored first goal 20 weeks after his birthday. And like 2-0. And span of 226 days before his next. And the final was on 226. It was all about revenge. And they've overtaken them. What a joke, eh? Yeah, it looks like it. People were telling me Liverpool. I said, no, they're not. Some guy were getting on my website, nice guy. Liverpool went on a run, didn't they? And they won a couple of games, and it looked like they were going to be top four. Like, I told you to come back and they'd start winning, and they'd easily make the top four. I said, mate, that's not how it works. All right, that's not how it works. And look at them now. What are they? Let me look at the table. I said they'll finish 6th or 7th this year before the season began. They're 6th, and they're on 42 points. Of course they are. No, they're 8th. They're 8th. Jeez. So how many points are they off the Champions League? They're 8 points off. Liverpool aren't making Champions League, guys. I told you right at the beginning of the season that Klopp, in his 7-year with Liverpool, will have an absolute nightmare because he has a 7-year curse. 7 years with Mans, in his 7th season, they got relegated. 7 years with Dortmund, in his 7th season, they finished 7th, he left. 7th season with Liverpool, I said he's going to win nothing, and they're not going to qualify for the Champions League, and they'll finish 6th or 7th. Knocked out the League Cup, knocked out the FA Cup, knocked out the Champions League, can't win the league, probably not going to be in the Champions League. That is the team, guys, who were the second favourite to win the league. That's a big call to say that they're going to finish 6th or 7th. And Mane for another 42. What about Mane, bro? Signing for Bayern Munich for 42 million. And he won the African Cup of Nations final on penalties 4-2, getting the winning penalty. Exactly, and their best young talent's number 42. They just beat Dortmund 4-2. Just a joke. So, my stomach's rumbling, guys. Hey, how you doing? Was that Mallorca Hermano? Hermano means brother, doesn't it? Hi, mate. Is there anywhere that you post your predictions? Yeah, everything is always on my website. A lot of people have it in their head that I just do all of this after the fact. No, I don't. Sometimes I do. Nearly every time I do it before. That's my website, bro. Thanks to everyone who signed up this month. Anybody who left, I understand. It's fine. But there's different reasons. Do you know what's happening with some people who leave my site? Much love to you. I wish you the best, but they don't have funds in their account. So PayPal messages me saying that basically the account of this person has no money. So they have to leave my site. They don't have $10, which is like, geez. And I don't look down on anybody for that. I'm like, oh man, like the economy really is crashing. But you want to learn this knowledge, guys, because I do think soon enough, this internet that we use, that people like me are using in a beneficial way, soon the rules are going to change, the regulations, the access to it. So I would definitely get involved and learn this knowledge. And I'm one of the best people to learn from, guys, to be honest, when it comes to this, because I'm a teacher at heart, aren't I? I'm a teacher. I'm a coach, and I'm able to put it across in a way where you can learn. I like people to learn. I want them to get better than me. That's one of my ultimate goals. If they come to my site, I'm like, I hope I can make them even better than me, and I can like promote them, support them. And I'm seeing people every day just like, wow, how did you find that? Jeez. And like, well, it's because of you. No, it ain't. It ain't. I'm just playing a little role in it, but you're finding it. You're getting better, you guys, every day at your coding. And again, I'm not going to code everything right, but I do think the best codes are the ones like the Andrew Tate one, where he says that he's being attacked by the Matrix and then he gets released from prison on the anniversary of the Matrix being released. That's great. I love those finds, but the sports stuff is the one where you can make predictions daily, consistently, and you can win money. So it ticks so many boxes for people. But the people who do the best codes, in my opinion, are not connected to sports. Like Chuck's connections with war. Can't win money off them, but unbelievable what he does. Hans is doing a lot of biblical codes. Unbelievable what he does. Sidemen does a lot of codes. They're more focused on sports, but he's making great connections. A lot of the time I read his codes just to see what he's revealing rather than actually would take his pick. But what he finds, I'm like, gee, every time I'm like, all right, mate, I write that one down. I didn't know that. So cheers to you all. Much love to you, Divine. I see you in the chat. Claire, how you doing? Troy Henry seems to be a nice guy. Adam, my Uber driver, said Jesus is coming back in maybe 20 or 30 years. Oh my goodness. I think earlier. but it's great that there's a believer in Jesus there. There's not many anymore. Yeah, there's nowhere within the Bible or biblical scripture that says when Jesus is returning, and there's nowhere within the Bible that tells you who the Antichrist is. But the Bible and the book of Revelation gives you signs. God always warns us. And the book of Revelation talks about famine, pandemics, wars, social unrest, not knowing the difference between a male and a female, the beast reigning, all of that, economic crashes. So we are living through it, in my opinion. Like, it's here, but most people are unaware of biblical scripture. They're not aware of all of that. Or I love my dad so much, and he doesn't believe in God or Jesus, but he's starting to believe in the numbers. He never believed in the numbers either, but he is. And I'm not going to push anything on him. I told you, I don't come from a religious family, guys. It was organic what happened to me. I was godless. I didn't believe in God or Jesus. It used to make me cringe. I'm the opposite now. I speak with so much confidence and passion about Jesus. And I do believe he's going to return. I do believe in all of that. But he talks about, well, there's so many religions with different gods. How am I supposed to believe it? He said all of that. So he personally doesn't believe in a God or anything. So I asked him what he believed in. He didn't really break it down for me. He just said, I just don't believe in Jesus. But then I gave him like some knowledge for about 5 minutes, and he looked at me as if to say, like, ads, how do you know all of that? He looked at me like he couldn't answer back. He was like, oh. So you know, a lot of the stuff I say, guys, I rarely back up what I say. I don't just throw out opinions. I rarely can have the knowledge and say, this is what it says. This is what happened. So he said this to me. This is what he said. Yeah. And it's somewhat of a valid point, but we don't know how true history is. History is his story. It's fabricated. So he just said to me, he said, yeah, you've said all of that with biblical scripture. Okay. But then it's like, well, we had the Spanish flu. We had World War I and World War II. We had the global recession in 1929. All right. We've had all of this. We've had it. So Jesus didn't return then, did he? I just think it's like at a higher level now, a higher level, especially with what's going on in society. I think society back in like the 40s, again, I wasn't there. It was more traditional. There was more respect. There was more love. There was less conflict and divide, in my opinion, to what it is now. There wasn't all the stuff with like ego and selfies and video games and computers and just people trapped within the matrix, which I think Satan is behind, because the matrix is made up of ones and zeros. Satan gets you 10. Matrix is tricking people to fall for his lies and worship him and his fallen angels. So he did say that to me. So anytime you talk about Jesus, it's very important to not get angry when people don't believe, to not judge them, all right, because they don't believe. We all have our own journey. I went 33, well, I say 33 years. It was longer. At 33 is when I had my awakening, when I started writing my book, The Illusion. 33. And you know, I was born 33 years, 333 days before coronavirus was declared a global pandemic on the 11th of March, 11/3. 11 times 3 is 33. My dad lives at number 11. I live at number 3. He was born on his birthday, your father and son. Me and my dad talk about the Spirit. He doesn't talk about the Holy Spirit. He just talks about the Spirit. That's what he installed in me as a footballer. Like, never give up. Whatever the score is, you better go out there and make sure you're the best player. Whether you're up or down, like, Spirit, don't give up. So he has that mindset, but the Holy Spirit is way above what I regard as just spirit and having that attitude and will to never give in. The Holy Spirit is so profound. And my bad for doing this and saying this, and it wasn't by design. I used to always say to you all that we're all gifted with the Holy Spirit. We all possess the Holy Spirit. We don't. We don't. We're all created in God's image. That's in the Bible. We're all created with his image. But when it comes to the Holy Spirit, you're basically born in the flesh. All of us. And then you can be reborn in the Spirit. So I want to clarify that to you all. We all have the potential to be lit with the Holy Spirit, but we're not all lit with it. If you are in love with the world and flesh and blood, it's very, very unlikely you'll ever be lit with the Holy Spirit. So for many, many, many months, I would say that we all have the Holy Spirit within us. I need to say we all have the potential of that. Hugely different. The potential of something and actually achieving something and having something. Huge. So I want to clarify that. And I am going to quickly go through my Anthony Joshua code, who won on points. And I'm going to tell you why he won on points. It's quite baffling. I've got so many posts, guys. I don't know how I'm still doing this amount of work when I'm supposed to be on vacation. I'm supposed to be on holiday. I am only working 6 days now instead of 7, though, and my members seem to be happy with that. They think that's probably the right thing to do because you don't want me to burn out. So if I burn out, I won't be doing this. So where's this code about your boy Anthony Joshua with his 2 male names? If not, I'll just try and memorize it from the top of my head. If I can't find it, I'll do it from the top of my head then. So Joshua won on points, and the odds were basically saying he was going to win, but he was going to win via knockout. But there was something huge for him to win on points. I want to give a big shout out to Thomas Lockwood. We were working on this together. So I like to cover all sports. Of course, football is the most popular and most watched, the one people are most interested in. But you know, guys, I code football, NFL. I can do hockey. I can do basketball. I can do boxing. I can do UFC. I can do Formula One. I can do any sport because it's just the code. It's the code. So Joshua wins on points. This was plus 350. A few people took it. And this is likely why. I'm not going to say this is why. This is likely why. Joshua can get his 25th win and stay on 3 losses. You have to be aware of how enormous 253 is because it's the 22nd triangular number. 22 is a master builder number. It's huge. That's why I'm saying watch out for 9/11 2023. It's exactly 22 years after 9/11. It's exactly 42 months after coronavirus was declared a global pandemic. You have to mark down that date. Will something happen? I don't know, but I would mark that date down. So Franklin said in an interview before this fight, I stopped eating red meat and cut down on sugar and lost 22 pounds. They just try and throw, like I saw the odds of a draw were 22-1. They put these numbers out there. And I'm like, who's doing this? I don't think it's man. I think the algorithm's demonic. I think the algorithm knows who's going to win. I think the algorithm's run by demons. You might laugh at me, but I think this technology is demonic. And that's why I can read algorithms and read odds and in play. And I used to win every day through doing that. I was out with the boys yesterday. All right, Arsenal were leading 3-1. There were 5 minutes left. And Arsenal, well, not Arsenal, it was plus 145 for there to be one more goal. I was like, wait, there's 5 minutes left. And they're just over even money. I said, there's going to be another goal and it's going to be 4-1 on 4-1. 30 seconds after Simon went, Arsenal just scored. I said, Si, don't be a prick. He went, no, they just scored, Xhaka. I was like, so if I would have taken that, and I would have, because I used to do it instantly. You can't sit on these things. A lot of people delay it. I would have gone, boom, over 4.5 goals, whatever it was. And then, boom, there it was, straight after. I said with the Brighton game, this is the one game I got wrong. I got loads of stuff right yesterday. The one game I got wrong was I thought Brighton were going to win. And it finished 3-3. But what I told all the boys, and I think I told Thomas, I can't remember, every time Brentford took the lead, they were the same odds as Brighton to win. I was like, they went 1-0 up. They were both plus 160. 2-1 up, both plus 160. I said, they're not winning this game, Brentford, with the odds. They're not winning it. Hopefully Brighton win, but Brentford are not winning it. So then in play, I was like, there's going to be another goal. Really late. Again, I said, there's going to be another goal, and I think it's going to be Brighton. And my brother said, yeah, probably 3-3. My brother, John. And McAllister, who's in his fantasy team, got the penalty. And we were both talking about him at the beginning. No code with him, just that he's like, he won the World Cup, he's a decent player. I was like, there's going to be another goal in this game. And that was like plus 180. And then 5-6 minutes afterwards, another goal. So it's the art of in play. And again, I don't bet anymore because I have enough money to be comfortable. I don't want to give my energy to it. But the amount of stuff that I can just see and read and watch it play out, I told them all as well, Man City, they went 1-0 down. I said they're winning the game, the odds. They're winning this game, Man City, and they'll have Man City and Arsenal both win. Look out for Man City to beat Arsenal, though. They're going to do something with this title race. It's not going to be as clean cut as people think. Arsenal are 8 points ahead. They're going to drop points, guys. But ultimately, they should win the league. But they'll drop points. They won't cruise, I don't think. They won't cruise. And everyone, like, you've got to look for stuff like this. But Edders, Haaland's out. Haaland's the best player. He's out. I was like, number one, he's not their best player. Yeah, he scores a lot of goals. He ain't their best player. Better players on that team than him. All right. KDB's a better footballer than Haaland. I think Jack Grealish is a better footballer than Haaland, but Haaland is just exceptional with his goal return. Unbelievable. I told you to get the golden boot before the season began with his numbers. But people are like, yeah, but Haaland's out. Liverpool, they could go there and they could upset. Like, they've got the best record against the top six. I'm going to take them double chance. I said, you probably shouldn't do that. I also told people to not touch Chelsea. Chelsea were minus 143. Again, my mate Thomas Lockwood said it. He went, illusion. Think how many people have bet on this. I'm looking forward to meeting this guy. He's a really good guy. If you're on my website, you know Lockwood. He's just a quality guy. Genuine quality guy. He lives in Wakefield. I used to play football for Wakefield. And he said, illusion. Think how many people backed City, Arsenal, Chelsea. Think how many. That's how he speaks. Think how many. Think how many back those three in a three-teamer in an ACCA. I was like, yeah, you're right. He went, I don't think Chelsea win. I don't think Chelsea win. There wasn't a phenomenal code there. There wasn't all these numbers. La-di-da-di-da-di-da. Sometimes that's amazing. It's great to reveal it. You can't just say, I think this team's going to win. But he reads lines better than anyone that I know. And he reads narratives and he sees how the bookies work. And then what? Villa beat them 2-0. Chelsea, who have this amazing squad, are having a nightmare in the league. Recently won the Champions League. But what they're going to do with Chelsea, they're going to keep that guy in, Potter, and they're going to do amazing next year, Chelsea. And they'll probably say, well, the board stuck with him. Potter was a great manager. They were failing to take their chances, this, that, and the other. And then boom, Chelsea get really good again. And nobody questions why they finished mid-table. Nobody will question it. Well, I will. You guys will. Because you're seeing through it all now. They'll just say, well, they bought this player and that. You know what my mate Si said to me? I love him to bits, like a brother. Well, Liverpool are old now. They're old. And I'm like, Si, Liverpool won the League Cup last year, the FA Cup, like I predicted. They got to the final of Champions League against Real Madrid and won the favourites. And they lost the title in the last game of the season where they were that close to winning it. He's now telling me the squad's old. What, 6 months? 6 months ago, they were potentially winning 4 trophies. They won 2. Yeah, they lost Mane, but then they signed Nunez and they signed a couple of other so-called decent players. But now they're too old. I've told you all, there's so many ways for people to justify bullshit. All right? To just completely justify it. And what they were saying to me as well with the boys was this: Man City have won now, pressure's on Arsenal. I think Leeds are gonna come away with something. I said, no, they're not. They're not. Arsenal win that game. Now I'm gonna take Leeds double chance. Okay. And then what they did for 25 minutes or whatever, because we were watching Soccer Saturday. I don't watch any of this stuff. I'm with the boys. I said, I'm up for it. Let's do it. Whatever. Paul Merson, I think, was on the game. Can't even talk. Like, a lot of them can't even talk. It's a Scottish guy on there. God, that's what I finished. It's like, why can't they get people who can actually talk to commentate these games? So Leeds are on top. Leeds are dominating. Arsenal had a shot on target. They're struggling. They're feeling the pressure. I was like, I can just laughing. Just like Man City fans are like, oh, come on, Leeds. Leeds fans think they're going to win. Oh, we can do this. Boom, penalty Jesus. We had a code for him to score. He scored. It's got 2 actually. All right. They do this shit so often. All right. They build it up. They make it nail biting. And so a lot of my mates were like, "No, Arsenal, like Leeds, they're a team they can beat anyone on the day." I think Arsenal at some point they're going to drop points. Ever since I said Arteta can stay on 19 draws and 33 losses in the league about 6 weeks ago, and I said I'm going to ride Arsenal every game until that changes. They've won every game since. 6 out of 6, 7 out of 7, whatever it is since I said that, since I posted my code for Arsenal. And the amount of times in play they've been plus money. Like, remember the goal they scored in the 98th minute and they were like plus 900? And they got in, who was that against? Was it Everton? Last minute. 98th minute they won. So Arsenal could win the Champions League next year. I haven't looked, Johnny. They're obviously going to qualify for it, but I don't know why you think they're going to win it. Potter sacked. Has he been sacked? Oh, no way. After I just said that. They've sacked him? Wow, I've just said that. Oh my, well, I've just made myself look really silly. I'm all right with that. Potter's just been sacked. Who got sacked recently? Oh, wait. So Potter got sacked the day after Brendan Rodgers. Do you know Brendan Rodgers has the same birthday as Jose Mourinho? And Thomas Tuchel was hired as Chelsea head coach on Brendan Rodgers' birthday. And Brendan Rodgers, wasn't he a coach at Chelsea, assistant? All right, so he's gone. So I still think Chelsea will do well next year. I just thought that they'd justify it with Potter. Who's going to be their coach? I have a little guess now. Who do you think is going to take over at Chelsea? If they give that job to Lampard or Terry or something nonsensical like that, who's not coaching at the moment? Rodgers. Rodgers. If Rodgers goes to Chelsea, guys, then you know why. Potter as well. It's so weird that they always connect him with magic. They always say magical comeback from Chelsea, and it's like Potter, like Harry Potter. It's just a joke. I think he's born 520, Potter, and May the 20th. And I've told you Queen Elizabeth's funeral was 520 days after Philip's. That's why Potter went there. Must have fulfilled his role, and now he's being sacked. Let me check how many days. And let me look at the table just out of interest. 520. So he gets sacked on 4-2. 6 weeks and 6 days before his birthday. The Book of Revelation, guys, the 66th book of the Bible. Church of Satan was founded in 66. Of course, he gets fired 6 weeks and 6 days. Oh my God, guys. Potter just got fired 6 weeks and 6 days before his birthday on 4-2, Book of Revelation, 66th book of the Bible. The beast reigns for 42 months. That means that he got sacked 317 days after his birthday. That's the 66 prime. He's just gone, guys, in another purely satanic. Just there, the 66s. Let me look at the league table. Where are they? 11th. So he got his 10th loss and stayed on 10 wins. Told you, Satan gets you 10. Satan gets you 55, the 10th Fibonacci and triangular number. How many points? 38, the death number. In Gematria, 38 is the death number. They're on 38 points. Wait, Villa beat them, didn't they? Who supports Villa? Prince William. And Villa overtook. What? Oh my goodness. Villa are 9th in the league. Chelsea are 11th, 9-11. They both got the lion in the logo, haven't they? I've said that. That's why John Terry's involved with Chelsea and Villa with the lion, and England has the lion. So Villa are 9th, Chelsea 11th, 9-11. The Queen died 911 days after coronavirus was declared a global pandemic. Prince William, the eldest son of Charles, who was the first son of Queen Elizabeth, is a diehard Villa fan. So look at Villa, 37 goals scored, 12 wins, 37, the 12th prime. The same numbers repeat, got to 41 points. 9-11 was on 9-11, 20-0-1. You add up those numbers, it's 41. Villa on 41 points. There you go. That's why Potter's gone then. He's gone in a satanic, 9/11 riddle. And Revelation 9/11 is all about the Antichrist. I don't know why I'm smiling, but sometimes you got to, don't you? You know what I mean? Somebody were talking about Palace that made me laugh. He said, whether Palace, like, whatever happens with them, they're always like 12th. So they'll like lose 5 in a row and still be 12th. And I'm just looking at them now on the 12th, so it's just made me laugh. My word. This is crazy. So, all right, bye-bye. Bye-bye, Potter. So you're thinking Brendan Rodgers. Guys, my stomach's rumbling here. It's 8-18. I've ate nothing. Zidane, somebody saying. That Anthony Joshua is a bum. Franklin was robbed last night. I didn't watch the fight, mate. It was a great riddle for Joshua to win on points, and it was a huge odds. Mourinho, I don't think he leaves Roma. I don't know why he would leave Roma. I think it'd be crazy for Leicester to sack Rodgers for him to then go take over at Chelsea, but I'd have to look. I don't know who's Zidane. I don't think so. I don't think he'll ever. I'll say this now, and watch tomorrow. They're going to announce Zidane as manager. Remember, guys, when I make these type of predictions, there's no code in it. This is just me talking as a lad. I don't think Zidane comes to Premier League. The guy who won 3 Champions Leagues in a row and then just doesn't bother coaching anymore. Really? Nobody questions that either. Just wins 3 Champions Leagues in a row and then he's just gone. Rodgers lasted 4 years, 2 months. Are you kidding me? Mallorca, Nagelsmann. The Bayern coach. Would they really do that? Have Chelsea hire Bayern's old coach after Bayern just hired Chelsea's old coach? That's the type of shit Satan does. Yeah, it might be the old Bayern coach because he actually did great. Like, you can't. Why did they even fire him? Why did they fire him? Anyone tell me that? What was the justification? Because they're not cruising the league by 20 points. Why did they fire their coach, Bayern Munich? Can you see Chelsea winning the Champions League? Obviously, anyone left in it can win it. I really doubt it. I highly doubt it. I have my team on my website. Don't mean they're going to win it. I had them from the beginning. I'm not going to say it here. But I don't think it's Chelsea, if that helps you. I don't think Chelsea win it. They've won it twice, haven't they? And they've lost it once. I know that because they're sponsored by 3. And they've been to 3 Champions League finals. The company 3 was founded 3303 as well. Little fact for you there. Napoli, I had to win Serie A before the season began. I'd say they pretty much won it at this point. Don't think they win the Champions League as well. If they do, it's to do with Maradona. I had Barcelona and Napoli to win the leagues before the season began, connected to Maradona. I don't have Napoli for the Champions League. You're going to narrow me down, aren't you? And go through them all. It's 2020. Oh my God, that's funny. Let me read out my Pelicans code as well. This was frustrating. So if you're on my website, guys, this frustrated me a little bit. Sorry about the bad lighting in this room. It's shocking, isn't it? Somebody posted on my website a code for the Clippers to win, and I looked into it. I was like, Pelicans numbers are great. So I typed it up, and then I left at my mate's house. The internet connection's shocking. I was like, yes, I was checking the scores. Like, boom, Pelicans win. All right, nice. They were like, I think they were like minus 150 or something. I was like, decent against a good team. Woke up this morning to do my usual day sports picks and finds, and I saw that my code for the Pelicans was posted today. And I told people in a comment, I was like, don't be careful, Pels have great numbers or something. I had like 3 likes. I said, I'll post my code later. Did this code for the Pelicans, they win. And it went through, I think this morning or at some point. I don't know. I don't think it was before the game. I'm losing track of time. So I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, fine, it is what it is. At least I reveal it. I think Pelicans may win this. Now, this was a short code, but it was clean because I know how big these numbers are. LA equals 41. They can stay on 41 season wins. Kobe Bryant equals 41. He died at age 41. 41's the 13th prime. Pels can stay on 13 home losses. Gianna Bryant died at age 13. Kobe Bryant played 20 years in LA and he died at the age of 41. And LA can drop to 2020 away, and Kobe died in 2020 at age 41. This is the 71st game between the teams. 71's the 20th prime. Pels can stay on 31 losses to LA and 11 losses at home, and 31's the 11th prime. That's a very substandard code for me, but sometimes they're the best ones. Hey, 6079 Smith, one of the best coders there is. How you doing? Tuchel won against Dortmund 4-2. Yeah, I had Bayern to win that game. 42 is a big number with War, and War connects to Germany, and they're the two biggest teams in Germany. Cody Rhodes is going to beat Roman Reigns. It wouldn't shock me. They built up Cody so much. I don't think it makes sense for him to not win. Roman's had this massive reign. But I've told you, Cody's the American nightmare. So if you're living in America, good luck. Because it's about to collapse, the US. Bill Gates' first birthday, Elvis vaccinated live on TV. That's amazing. I watched the movie Elvis on the plane. It's weird. 6079 Smith, he just said that. Basically about how his manager abused him and took most of his money and worked him like a dog. And Elvis died at age 42, guys. Did you know that? His twin died when he was born, but Elvis died at 42, the king of rock and roll. And supposedly Elvis's music, Beast given 42 months, yeah. Elvis's music would put women under a spell. So I think there was some frequencies to Elvis's music. They said it was his hips and stuff. Elvis was a woman, by the way, but that's another live. And you could see how he performed and what he would do to the audience. So I think Elvis was working for the devil, to be honest with you. And somebody said he got the talent and of both him and his twin. I don't know how that all works. But you got to look into the brothers with Cain and Abel and how Cain killed his brother Abel. Yeah, Vatican City was founded the 42nd day of 1929, and then the basilica was struck twice by lightning the 42nd day of 2013. 42 is it's a monster number. It's a monster number. It's the number I reveal more often than not. For years now, 42. Potter was appointed on 8-9, now sacked on 2-4. Brilliant. 89, the 24th prime. Wait, when you say 8-9, bro, are you talking August the 9th or September the 8th? He wasn't hired on the Queen's death date, was he? It must have been August. Was it? How do you know Elvis is dead? I don't. I'm going off what they tell me. I've told you all of this, guys. When it comes to the code, I have to go off what they tell me. And they tell us Elvis died at 42. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say Elvis is alive. Elvis is this guy. Somebody told me Elvis is Trump and all of that stuff. I don't really go there. Rarely. The only time I've really went there is I said Justin Bieber and The Weeknd's the same person, one of the best codes I've ever done in my life. And Walt Disney and Hitler, same person. I ain't going to go out my way to try and prove it. And get angry about it. Watch my videos on them and you'll go, wow. Genesis chapter 1, love it. He was hired Potter was hired the day the Queen died. There you go. I've probably done a video on it, but I do so many. Potter's just been fired by Chelsea. All right. All the numbers that connect to Revelation, which connects to the Queen. You know that if you've read my book. Potter, born 520, Queen Elizabeth's funeral 520 days after Philip's. And Potter was hired on the Queen's death date, which was the day I was supposed to be flying to London, where Chelsea play. And it got cancelled. All right. Anyways, Trump's 42nd birthday, the GOAT's last game. No way. Donald Trump's 42nd birthday was Michael Jordan's last game in the NBA. No, bro. Let me look that up, and then I have to go because I'm struggling. Michael Jordan's last ever game in the NBA. It was 6-14. No, I think it's telling me his final game was April the 16th. That's when Brady was drafted. April the 16th. So when you say the GOAT, are you talking about Brady? Are you talking about Brady or who? Can't be Brady. Or maybe it was Brady. 6079 Smith. Before I go, which GOAT? There's GOATs everywhere. There's Messi, there's Jordan, there's Serena Williams, there's Brady. When we say GOAT, got to be a bit more specific. Which GOAT? Muhammad Ali, they call him the GOAT. Evening, Adam. Great to be back. See you back home. Delighted for you. Enjoy, love, brother. Thank you so much, Owen Molly Jr. Thank you. I appreciate that. Alistair Crowley's sketch of LAM is stereotypical alien. Aliens are demons. Yeah, that's what. When there's going to be this alien invasion, guys, it's a demonic invasion. It's happened. It's happening. There's demons everywhere. People getting possessed by them here, there, and everywhere, guys. The aliens are the demons, but they've subconsciously had you think about aliens as these green, weird-looking people from space. No, it's demons, and these demons are going to be revealing themselves, and people go, "There's the aliens they've all been talking about." No, they're not aliens; they're demons. So anyway, who's this GOAT? Before I go, I'm very intrigued because that's wild. That's wild. You know, LeBron James, he overtook Kobe in the scoring charts on Ukraine president's 42nd birthday. I think 607 Smith told me that as well. Zelensky's 42nd birthday, LeBron overtook Kobe in the scoring charts. So it's telling me here that the GOAT's final game, now the GOAT's last game was on Trump's 42nd birthday. Who's the GOAT? I'm confused. Trump was 42 years old exactly on Jordan's last shot for Chicago. Oh, 42 years old. Yeah, but he wanted. So Jordan, guys, his last game was April the 16th, 2003. I've told you April the 16th is when Brady was drafted. April the 16th is when I'm going to Blackpool with my dad. Jordan's true final game came on April the 16th. 2 years after the Wizards, the GOAT, suited up for one final game. The Wizards, guys, magic. And Jordan's final game was against the 76ers. I've told you, Kobe's from Philadelphia, and LeBron overtook Kobe in the scoring charts in Philadelphia against the 76ers. And now you've got Michael Jordan, who inducted Kobe into the NBA Hall of Fame, played his last game against Philadelphia. It's quite startling, incredible. I'm blessed to have this knowledge. I'm blessed to have you guys following me. Do I wish a bit more people appreciated what I did more and I was a bit more well known at times? Yeah, but you know what I mean. I've got to focus on you guys. Yeah, Elvis, anagram of evils. It's like Levi, the jeans. Levi is an anagram of evil. I've done a video about Levi Strauss. It's from Bavaria, where the Illuminati are founded. Unfortunately, I'm wearing a pair of Levi's now. So I'm being a hypocrite. I also told my friends yesterday we live in a world where it's almost impossible not to be a hypocrite and contradict yourself. It's very hard. You know what I mean? I've got to eat. April the 16th is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's birthday. That's correct. Yeah, Jabbar, like jab. And you told me Kobe Bryant's taken the most shots in the NBA, like shot, jab. LeBron overtakes Jabbar. King James, whilst we have King Charles. It's just, I've got to go outside in the freezing cold. Kobe's final game was against Salt Lake City. Yeah, well, against Utah Jazz. Jordan's last shot was Chicago, Salt Lake City NBA shut down in Salt Lake City. Yeah, the first guy to get coronavirus was Utah Jazz star Rudy Gobert. He now plays for the Timberwolves. But yeah, that was all coded. Connection to 113. All right. Cheers, guys. Opinion on spiders. They have 8 legs. I've never feared them. If I saw one now, I wouldn't kill it though. I used to kill them if I saw them. I wouldn't do that now. I'm a bit soft when it comes to that. I can't kill a spider. So if I see one in my house, beware, I'll leave it there instead of stamping on it. Appreciate you as well, 6079 Smith. Illusion, you're on UK time. I am. It's now 8:32. That's why it's a bit difficult for me to do everything on the website and be up to date with it all. I don't even know what day it is when I'm out here. It's bad enough when I'm in Mexico. I don't know what day it is, but here, it's all rolling into one, guys. What about the refs? I just think they're under possession, mate. Much love, Divine. I think they're under possession. My brother, again, told you one of the funniest, smartest guys. We've had our ups and downs. He believes this, and he started to like my work now, which I'm grateful for. He really believes now that we live in a coded reality. He's accepted it, which makes me feel amazing. He says, I think we live in a coded reality, and he thinks there's no way man's behind it, but he thinks that the stars don't know. He made some very valid points. He thinks they don't know. So he thinks like Salah and KDB and Haaland and Guardiola and the royal family and Pope Francis, whoever it may be, the people I always talk about, and he could be right. I think they work for Satan. I think they do, but he thinks they don't know. And they're just being used like we're being used, and we all have a code and it's being fulfilled. And he agrees with that now. But he don't think it's planned. He don't think man's aware. Or they're aware, but they're not actively behind it. So there's a lot I agree with there. I think I'm aware of the code, but I'm not behind the code. I can't change the code, I don't think. I can predict consistently. But it was so good to hear him say, yeah, there's probably something supernatural. We are in a coded reality. To hear him say that gave me goosebumps. So that was great. And I told you, hearing my dad talk about numbers and God, ads, I'm on seat 11, flying to Portugal, seat 11. I didn't even book 11. I'm grateful because I'm not forcing it. I don't go, John, no, they all know. They all know. Look at the symbolism. He said, yeah, they might be putting that up again, just completely oblivious to it. Again, it's hard to say, but I've got to call it out because I think they're working for the devil, whether they know it or not. And that's key. Even worse if they know it and they're fully aware of it. But the fact is that the devil's using man. And these players may or may not know. But then when you talk about the anatomy and stuff and what I've revealed with that, surely they know that they're presenting themselves as the opposite sex, many of them, not all of them. Or do they know? Or did it happen as a baby and they're not aware of it? I don't know. Are they under MK Ultra? Are they under... Who knows? Lots of questions. I have to go. My goodness, I'm starving. I appreciate you all. I'll try to do more lives for you because I told you a lot of people email me saying I miss your lives. But remember, I'm on holiday, guys. Although I'm here for my family, that's basically it. That's why I came back. Not really a holiday. I'm here for my family. All in the name of love, baby. All right, take care. If I find anything with WrestleMania later, well, tomorrow I might do a live about WrestleMania. If something big goes off, I'll look into Cody's numbers if he wins it. I don't know if he's going to win it, but if he does, I'll tell you why. All right, guys. Thank you. Before I go, sorry to be weird and gimpy and creepy. Just before I go, just bang that like. I need all the help I can get because YouTube's murdering me financially. So just hit that for me. Like, it's very easy to do. Every time I watch like Joe's, whoever's videos, I first thing I do is that I don't tell them it's me. I hit the like. I just do it. Do me that. Like, they're ruining me now. Like, it's an absolute joke. My web developer Gabriel just messaged me, Nathan, Mr. Flynn. So if you're messaging me a lot on WhatsApp and I'm not responding, just know that I don't have it in for you, or that it's not that I don't like you. I'm just getting bombarded and I'm kind of on holiday. So I can't respond to everything. You know what I mean? Or call you, or hey, can we have a chat? Can I do a podcast with you? Like, I'll try my best, but I am somewhat on holiday. So give me a bit of time, like, I've only just got here. What, 4 days ago? Let me just like get used to being back home and around my family and stuff. Then I'll try and have a call with you or set up whatever or respond to your messages. You know what I mean? All right. Joseph's going to be live in 1 hour, guys. If you like what I do, you like what he does, just sub to his channel. If you do watch him, hit that like for him. I hate doing this and I don't like doing it, but got to do it. It's weird. It's like an unnecessary evil asking people to do it. Check out his stuff. If you're not doing anything and you believe in the code and you believe in God, you should be following him. We had a little setback, him and I, but it's part of life. Life's not perfect. we overcame it, and that's again the beauty of life. KDB called his kids Mason. Yeah, I've done a video about it. He's got a kid called Mason and Ron. Yeah, and the Freemasons were founded in 1717. And what's KDB's jersey number? It's 17. It's so in your face. It's so in your face. And again, I think KDB is under demonic possession. That's why he's as good as he is. That's what I think. He plays for the Red Devils, doesn't he? Belgium. That's their nickname. They're called the Red Devils, Belgium. Just like Man United. I'm surprised more of them don't play for it. I think Lukaku, who won Man United, he seems to always score for Belgium but can't start for Inter. So his code is better for the Red Devils than it is for his club, because he's a shocking footballer, but he always scores for his country. All right, guys. Yeah, Mason equals 17. Excellent. All right. Take care. Yeah, I agree, Joseph. Take care, all of you. Thanks for everything. And I'm off to go get Chinese, eh? Cardiff and Swansea played today 3-2. The winning goal was 99 minutes at the end. Again, big derby, big rivals. The energy there. Wales connects to the dragon, which connects to the devil. That's why King Charles was the Prince of Wales. Yeah, they do that. 99th minute goal, 9 times 11 is 99 for your 9-11. Also, before I go as well, I said this game with Man United and Newcastle was exactly 10 months before Ten Hag's birthday. Newcastle and Man United both have 50 points now. 50 plus 50 is 100. 100, the square root is 10. That's just come to me now. So another 10. Another 10 for you there. All right. Thank you, guys. God bless you all. God wins, and stay strong and keep learning. Just keep learning, keep going, keep helping people. And don't be in love with the world, be of the world, but appreciate the gift of life as well. Jeez. That could be a quote right there. Cheers, guys. Bye.